Oh. Gonna keep going, guys. Beautiful. Red, white, and blue. Welcome to another episode of Furthermore Jack. Take the blue and red pills, sit back, relax, and welcome to Twin Creek Preserve. In this episode, we'll experience 3 of Jack's favorite things: old railroad bridges, underpasses, as well as railfanning. Enjoy the show. Well, this preserve happens to have a underpass. I'm going to try to make it to. Okay. It's a nice spot that you can hang out, have a company picnic, actually. Fascinating. This is also a very interesting railfanning location if you're into that. Hopefully today we can catch a train. Can almost see the forbidden underpass. Highly recommend nobody do what I do if I should happen to make it there. Well, it rained yesterday, so we got some puddles, and it is windy out. Mom to keep an eye on me. Okay. Oh, it's furthermore. It's furthermore. What?
That doesn't look safe.
Doesn't? You don't think today?
No, I'll tell you the truth, that does not look safe. You're going to feel that current right away, for one thing. You're going to feel it right away.
Yeah, you think?
Oh, yeah. Unless you go to the head of it. Up ahead.
Okay, it is very calmer up ahead of it.
Yeah, up ahead of it. But you don't want to go there. That's the current.
La 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 la. I'm glad they built this preserve because all around this area is industry after industry, factories, warehouses that they've built, and it's good to find places where that's not happening. This is a gorgeous day. Any day of the week is a good day. Alright, let's keep this going. Oh, you guys. You guys, I made it across the creek. I actually wore my boots today. But I gotta get the water out of them. Oh my goodness. They are just drenched. It's okay though. I made it. And you know what that means. We gotta take it furthermore. We're gonna see if we can catch this train today. I'm gonna be chilling out here for a while. It may take a couple hours. My mom, she's gonna keep up with crosswords on it, out in the car and wait for me. So stay tuned. I haven't been able to film in a while because we've had nothing but gray days. So finally got my chance. Gosh, I had to dry out for a minute. Now I tried to cross at a deeper part, and oh yes, and I really should have just crossed at the part I thought I should have crossed at. It was so much easier. Mom, she had me convinced to go further down, and it was a bad idea. I started to fill these boots. But the good news is, I made it, and these boots work really good. They're really cozy in there. Alright guys, stay tuned. I made it to the railroad tracks. My rail fanners. So like, share, subscribe if you get the chance. Okay. Should see tracks in the next minute. Okay, there's the creek I gotta cross. Forward this way. Gotta keep it quiet. Feel confident where I can see the bottom. Here we go. Let's look at this old railroad bridge over here. Oh, fascinating. I'm in the clear, guys. I can make it to the underpass. Boots are excellent. Looks like I gotta go up and around a little bit. Could go here. Let's show it. Oh, man, it's chunky over here. I made it. I'll even make a trail so I can make my way back. It's important to look at my surroundings, beer can, and remember the way I took. Let's look at the tracks. Crossing that way. There's our underpass. Might even just start walking the tracks. This old can. All right, furthermore down the rail. Ready to boogie. There's some industries across the tracks. I still have to tread lightly back here. Okay, guys, for the more to come. Alright, so I'm gonna leave my stuff here. The tracks are right there. Look at all these clovers. Beautiful tree. Oh, it's huge. Way up. Along the clovers here to get to where I need to be. Oh, it's windy out here. Check that out. That sucker's old. I don't want to go up there and look at it because I could be seeing too much from right there. I don't even know if I can make it to this underpass, guys, because there's maybe points where I can be seen too well. And Jack takes it furthermore. Strange junk in various places. I hear train horns. I hope one's coming, guys. I'll catch it from train coming, guys. I hear it. Here she comes, boys. Looks like we're gonna get a strange view here, but we got a train. Pretty close. Wasn't really paying attention. Ooh, what a climb. DPU, where are you? DPU, where are you? There she goes, boys. There she goes. She sure is a beauty. Tagging along. I'm tagging along. Pretty close. I don't want to get too close. I'm a little nervous. she goes, boys. All right, that's where we're gonna go check out. That was sure a pretty one. DPU, where are you? It's going about 35 miles per hour. Southbound train, boys. Southbound train. Hey you guys, I'm over at this part of the park at Twin Creek Preserve where I'm not supposed to be, and unfortunately there's a trash island that has formed. A whole lot of garbage over here. I would like to advocate that they build a bridge over to this middle island and over to this part. Yeah, so they could build a fence for the railroad, but they really do need to come out here and preserve this preserve. I'm glad I came here to highlight this. There's too much garbage over here, fellas. And this may not be at anybody's fault but the beaver that built this dam right here. It's just collecting, that's all. It's not the beaver's fault. It's not really our fault. The wind carries it and little trash islands form. All right, I'm almost to this underpass. It is hard to get to. All right, I'm further down the creek and found a cross point to a cross point. And then I got to cross over there at that point. And my underpass is up there. There she is. There's also a railroad spur bridge. We'll go check the underneath of that if I can make it. I had to come down because there's office windows across the way that I can see at this point, so I gotta climb a little bit of a gobbing to get to this point. It's a hard mission, fellers. Stay tuned. But I ended up at this first Spur underpass, and it is really cool, guys. There's actually some graffiti. Theop was here. Not surprised to see spray paint cans along the way. Look at this. And right there you got East Fork Creek. East Fork Creek underneath this guy. What a beauty. Wow. There hasn't been someone on this in years. It's like a tarp-like material. There's an underpass that goes under this part of the creek. But actually, I thought I was going another direction. There's a spur off. I gotta take across the spur. We'll get there. I do want to come back here because I think there's an old abandoned spur bridge on the other side of this underpass, and we'll get there in a minute. Stay tuned. Sweating. Glad you guys are here still with me. Keep in touch. To keep from walking on the tracks, I'm going to go up that way around the spur to get to the other underpass. Stay tuned. Cool. I'm on the other side without walking on rails, and that's the safe way to go. You never know if you get caught on these rails and stuck, you're screwed. So, the underpass is through the thickest, most untouched piece of land I've ever been in. And I've been in this town for so long, I think I'd have thought I'd been there already by now, but... Alright guys, Let me forge my way to it. So alright, there's the 275 underpass. They do make it out here after all. It's really hard because there's this window company over here, but I made it at least to this point. Let's see if we can crawl right under these pillars. If not, no big deal. There's more to see at the other underpass that's a little more interesting. Pretty cool. It's too wide open for this Gilkey window company. They can see. And you can actually be seen from the road on the other way down. I bet that's how the graffiti artists get down here. They take the road and they run up and down those tracks and graffiti real quick and run back. It doesn't bother me that graffiti's on an underpass. The whole underpass is graffiti in my opinion. So cool. Sir. Yes, sir. 10:27. About all the noise. Oh yeah, this is gonna be worth it because, boy. We got some good graffiti. Alright, I made it. Glory, hallelujah. It's hard to get down here. Oh, the rest at this gobbing. Oh. Look at this. Very fascinating. Oh, WGL. Glass paint, LOL. What's up, glass paint, LOL? I see you, I see you. I really wanted to catch a train when I was under this underpass. But that's okay. Content. I tell you, right under this bridge, right there on top of this highway is the worst freaking speed bump in the world. But from down here, it looks great. This whole bridge looks fantastic. There's nothing wrong with it. Everything's in shape. We go down there and get that graffiti and we'll go to the next underpass. Okay, and there's this end. It was real hard to follow this gobbing. I kept on slipping this whole way up. And it's really dangerous. You could go so slow walking along this edge here. Good work, Ezon Pearl. Or Ezon Pearl. Pearl. Good work, guy. Keeping these bridges looking beautiful. And in my opinion, like I said before, this whole bridge is graffiti. So there you go. Now when it comes to historical bridges, that's something else. I would really urge my graffiti artists to stay away from historical things. People really prefer the historic bridges to maintain their historic look, so... And see, you can see some industries over that way. I don't want to go too far that way. There's people over there that can be seen. Well, alright, let's get to the other underpass and call it a night, boys. I'm gonna sleep good tonight. If I catch another train, I'll film it. right, guys, made it to the next underpass. There she is. Oh, even prettier than the other one. Look at this. Oh, it's much easier to walk. Wide open down here. Beautiful work, boys. I'm impressed. I am impressed. Head over feet. All right, this is the graffiti artist Underpass, and he's in a lot of places. I see his tag everywhere. It's just a never-ending beautiness. AMK, Oak the Heat. Oak the Heat. Riff raff, riff raff. Here's our signatures, boys. You all do so good down here. Babies. This one's really neat, guys. This was worth the trip. And who knows, maybe in the future they'll build a nice trail up to this where you can even walk down here and enjoy this art as well. Look at this beautiful. My, oh my, 2010. Well, that might be for the skull, but that looks about the same year, 2010. Good work. I really like this underpass. There's the old abandoned railroad spur bridge, guys. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh. I'm too far from the train, you guys. I'm already at the other underpass. That's okay, I had a DPU on the other train. That's more than I can ask for. Hey, let's go check out this abandoned bridge over here. It's gonna be a walk. Once again, brush through. It sure is beautiful, guys. Look at that old abandoned railroad spur. Let's get to it. Oh my goodness. Woo! Oh, it's a walk to it. It's an abandoned railroad bridge spur. Wow. This is old, you guys. This is like steam engine old. Let me get through to it. Look at this. There was one here. Well, some brave graffiti artists have made it. Look at all that pile up on its piling. Let me go get a view of it. Oh, I gotta be quiet. There's a business over here. There's a carpet company. So I'm gonna go up there and yeah, let's do it, let's walk it. Look at that, there's still rails. Rail going through it. Come on, give me a year somewhere. Can't see any year dates. Might not be that old, who knows? Sometimes these things close down in the 80s. Look at this. Look at this old bridge. It's scary. Let me get to where I clear up a bit, guys. Everybody loves hidden gems, and this is beautiful. Look how old. It's so old, there's honeysuckles growing in the ties. That's how old this is. I feel a little braver about doing this since I didn't see no trespassing signs anywhere all the way here. But I'm telling you, one day they gotta make this awesome accessory. There's that is East Fork Creek. There's the underpass I was at. I'm gonna keep going, guys. Right there. That is old. I'm saying, like, probably since the 60s, 70s, this has been building up underneath this bridge. You can go on years and years. Let's put it this way, like, looking at this, that's 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, maybe even more than that. I mean, like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 years worth of buildup right there. It's beautiful out here. Wow. It's a rare place to be. Old rail. I don't see any dates or anything, and it's really hard to tell on these old rails. Glad I made it, guys. So the rail ends right at this concrete business. I can't go any further. Wow, there's some graffiti down there. Look at this old abandoned bridge. She sure is beautiful, guys. Look at this old rail. It's got a cleft in it right here. I wish I had a measuring so I can measure if it's a different gauge. Kind of want to get down there, but I'm really close to this business, so I'm going to call it quits over this direction. Let's go back over. You want to show me grass all the way? Well, I can't show you where the honeysuckles. Oh, look at this. This graffiti artist. Let me see if I can reach it. Can you see it? Nice. Woo. Old bridge. Wow. It's really scary. Yeah, I'm tired of all these other YouTubers crossing a bridge like this. It's my turn. I found mine. And it's worth it. It's the spur to nowhere. So more content to come, guys. More exciting content. Just like this. So it's been like sunny on all the days that I work, so I've been getting gray days. Getting out there filming anyway. Guys, I appreciate the views and keep on coming. It really makes my day. It's pretty cool. Hasn't seen a rail or a train or love in years. Be careful to step on the good ties. quiet over here. Guys, I'm pretty sure this spur just ends like right past that point. Looked on Google Maps. It's the last bit of rail, ancient rail. That they never came and got it. She said, maybe we'll make some use of it later or something, you know. It's definitely repairable. Yeah, it's not out of the question that they can redo this bridge and make it useful again. See you later, bridge. Furthermore, Jack. Someone's been drinking. Ow, I just banged my knee. I tell you guys, ooh, it's okay, I'm okay. It was on a piece of branch. Yeah, it's walk-offable. So we gotta be real careful exploring, people. I tend to take it furthermore. All right, heading back, guys. Furthermore, Jack.